Hey folks, that's a guy on YouTube called Language Jones. He seems to be quite the expert when it comes to learning languages. And that little short of his came up recently, and it's called Wholesome Yiddish Word of the Week. So I'm thinking, why don't we do that with Gaelic? Because there's another little thing that's been bugging me about these people who have kind of taken over the teaching and the dispersal and use of the Gaelic language. People who don't speak it or use it properly in the first place. And another example that has come up to irritate me is a word these people have invented. People, as I say, who probably never used the Gaelic language in a community setting at all and never really spoke or used it right. But they do like to kind of virtue signal with it. They do like to give it lip service. So what's happened is I often put the settings of my mobile phone, my beautiful Samsung Galaxy S10e, in Gaelic. And the thing we call in English a screenshot, well, I've just taken one there now. And what is it called in Gaelic? I was a bit flabbergasted when it first came up the first few times. There's a word, it's spelled S-E-A-T, I suppose like the Spanish brand of car, or the thing we sit on in English. But this is a Gaelic word, supposedly. So it has this word S-E-A-T and then the word scáilán, which is the genitive case for the word screen. So something, screen something. So URCHAR, saved. So screen something, saved. Now, anyone who knows anything about Gaelic knows that we already have a word for shot in Gaelic. Be it shot of a gun, URCHAR, gunma, or a shot of a spirit, in the little glass, URCHAR, biotáilte, or a shot, for example, a shot at getting something done. For example, I remember I used to work with these guys from the letter Mullen, I think it was, when I was in Galway working on a building site. And one of them used to say, when he was talking about whenever the ganger man would come around and we would have a laugh, and then the ganger man would clear off, because this guy, he was a bit of a scallywag. He didn't like to work too hard, and he was always up to mischief. And he would sometimes say in Gaelic, "Oh, it's more an torachar arms is a busta shin," which he was kind of joking. He said, "Oh, I've got a good shot at getting that job." Same thing. The word URCHAR is what we use for what I know is every situation where we'd use the word shot in English. And these things, when we take a little snap of the screen, is URCHAR scáilán. It's that simple, Now you might say, "Oh, URCHAR scáilán, it's too long, it's longer than the English word screenshot." Well, Gaelic just uses longer words. What about the Spanish way of saying that word? Captura de pantalla. It's much longer again, but that's natural in the Spanish language to have slightly longer ways of saying things. Same in Gaelic. URCHAR scáilán. Or you could just call it URCHAR. Hug me, URCHAR is a scáilán. Hug me, tug URCHAR is. Take a shot of it, take a screenshot. Tug URCHAR scáilán is. Take a screenshot of it. But this, whoever, I don't know if this is just Samsung or if it's gone across the board. I hope not. Whoever was talking to this guy in charge of the Samsung program, I know what's happened. They've met this Irish guy and said, "Oh, you're Irish, are you?" And surely he said, "Yeah." "Oh, do you speak Gaelic?" Surely he said, "Yeah," because he kind of half learned how to say, "Can I go to the toilet?" when he was in primary school or something. So he believes he's from. I can picture it all. I might be wrong, but I bet not very far wrong. They've said to him, "So, okay, we want some vocabulary for our new language version." And they would have said to him, "So how do you say in Gaelic a screenshot?" So he would have bluffed and he said, "Oh, well, we just say the word shot." Scáil, maybe said Scáil, maybe found out how to say screen, or maybe he didn't know, just made it up as he went along. And he said, "Oh, we just say shot." Now, maybe some people do use the English word, but it is an English word, shot. And then he or somebody with him has got into the details of how would you represent that in Gaelic orthography. And he's decided, S-E-A-T would be shot. It wouldn't. What he said is shot. Shot. Nobody says shot. And if anything, it sounds just like a swear word to me. Shot. Scáilán. That's what's up on my mobile now in glorious print. Shot scáilán sábháiltí is what's written there. Do you see that? Shot scáilán sábháiltí. It makes no sense. Nobody knows what that means. Shot scáil on. Why didn't they just put URCHAR scáil on Sawalchi? It would make perfect sense to anybody who speaks and understands Gaelic. Anyway, I'm doing this little rant so that, please, somebody, can you get to the person who's in charge of the Samsung version in Gaelic or the internet version in Gaelic or whatever the hell it is, because I don't understand enough about technology. I need a nerd to go and talk to the person who has made the word SEAT, which is almost unpronounceable or unbearable, shot scáil on. And can somebody tell them that they've been hoodwinked again by someone who hasn't a clue about the supposed information they were giving them, and that is not a Gaelic word, and please remove it and just replace it with a long-standing Gaelic word, URCHAR scáil on. Surely one of you out there has the wherewithal to get that done, to talk to the right people or to contact the right people and get them to remove that obscenity of a word supposedly from the repertoire of Gaelic words and replace it with the word URCHAR. What's the language coming to? It's just agonizing more and more through the efforts of these charlatans who claim to know how to use it, and then they just abuse it and batter it and leave it in tatters for the rest of us to have to try and come along and pick up the pieces. And then the poor learners don't know what to do. There will be people learning this word now, shat, thinking it's a Gaelic word for shot. It's not. It's a gross misrepresentation. Sorry, I've had the need to have another rant. Hopefully one of you out there can get to the source of this problem and get it tweaked and fixed and have that decent old word URCHAR put in its place, or whichever word you deem fit. Folks, have a great day or night or morning wherever you are. Bye bye.